What is going on, everybody? It is King of Finland here, and I wanted to bring you all a little Tua Tagovailoa breakdown, film breakdown on this Sunday morning. I'm going to go through 5 plays here to show some things that Tua is doing that may not be talked about as much and are kind of the little things that are, all reasons why he's playing elite football. Everybody talks about the accuracy. Everybody talks about the anticipation, the processing, and I'm going to touch on all that in this video. But one thing that I really want to focus on that I think is a small detail that is helping him play at a higher level than everybody in the league right now. And that is how he is adjusting his dropbacks, his different drops, whether you have a 1 step, 3 step, 5 step drop, how he is changing those drops, setting up those drops during games to put him in the best situation to succeed. So the first play here early on in the game. We've got Tyreek on this long kind of go and come back here. And this is just a pretty standard 3 step drop from Tua. 1, 2, 3 looks. Now, this is some great anticipation. You can see he's gearing up to make this throw right now. And Tyreek Hill is far from his break. He is still pressing this corner, got the corner to flip his hips, which is really good by Tyreek Hill. And then he is just now letting this ball go. And now Tyreek is just starting to make that turn. So pretty incredible anticipation here by Tua Tagovailoa to hit this throw right on a dime. Big, big chunk gain there. High level football. But you can see here in this drop that 1, 2, 3, pretty standard drop back and delivers. So I wanted to show that play because that's kind of that standard 3 step drop. That's the most common drop in football, I would say. Everybody does it a little differently, but that kind of standard 1, 2, 3 is pretty standard. So we'll go to the next play here. We got empty and it's 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3, and this is a big conversion because if you get stopped right here, this is most likely a field goal. If you convert, if you get stopped right here, this is most likely a punt. If you can convert, you're getting into field goal territory and getting points. So this third down conversion is not only just as important as all third down conversions, but this is the difference between points and no points typically. And so you'll see 3rd and 3, want a quick completion. Watch his drop here. Boom, 1 step out. There it is, right to Braxton Berrios for that third down conversion. And it's really important that he gets there that quick because as you see, that linebacker is right on that ball. If he waits, if he does a standard drop, it's not going to get there in time. He's going to be looking around, not going to have anybody to go. So we can watch it from the end zone angle here. But you can see Tua, instead of taking that 3 step drop, boom, 1 step and it's out. I mean, one step and it's out. He knows where wants to go, and part of that is because he can read the field so fast. He's looking right here to Durham Smythe, sees he's got jammed up a little bit, goes right over to Barrios, sees he's open, 1 foot in the ground, plants and throws. That's pretty high level to be able to just take 1 step and just let it rip. A lot of guys kind of need that setup to take a few steps and really get set. So cool to see Tua use that just kind of 1 step drop to get that ball out quick. Now, what you might be thinking and what defenses could think is, okay, well, if he goes 3 steps, that means he's looking down the field. If he just goes with that 1 step drop, then maybe he's looking to get it short. And so I'm gonna go to the big touchdown by Tyreek here. Now we got cover 2 up top, a cover 2 looking. Tyreek Hill actually said this on his podcast that Tua told him coming out of this break that he was throwing this go route to Tyreek no matter what, unless they gave him a cover 2 look. And they gave them a cover 2 look. So Tyreek even said like he wasn't expecting the ball because cover 2 is middle field open, which means the safety is here and the safety is here and the middle of the field is open. And this middle linebacker is kind of covering the middle of the field here. And a Tampa 2 look can get way back here, but this isn't really Tampa. He stays around here. And then these corners have the flats. And so you'll see that you see this safety, boom, out, covering that zone. But this safety kind of chops his feet and sticks around right here, and you just can't do that with Tyreek Hill. Now I know I said corners and the flats on cover 2. This might be a cover 2 match where corners kind of man up on the outside, but over here it doesn't necessarily look like that. Some corners are also taught if you don't have an immediate threat in your flat zone, and I mean I know he's here, but this linebacker's got him, that you can kind of run with that 9 route if needed. And so, boom, safety doesn't get over in time, and that's a Tyreek Hill touchdown. Now, what's really cool is, he went deep, and so you'd expect three-step drop here. Well, that's not exactly what you get. Boom. One step in the turf, and he's done. Now, I know he takes a little hop there, but that's not really like a drop. That's kind of a reset. And this is where I want to highlight his processing speed. And so this is actually a one-step drop. Boom. He's looking to see, because this is 3rd and 6 as well. And so he's kind of looking for that third and medium. If he can get just a short gain right there by the sticks and convert, that's what he's looking for, because he sees it's covered too as well. He's not expecting this go route with Tyreek to be open. And so he takes that one-step drop and looks for Durham. And so as a defense, you can't really predict if that one-step drop, means he's not going deep. It might mean he's looking for something quicker, but that doesn't rule out the deep ball as you see here. But this is where I want to highlight the processing speed. So Tua takes that one-step drop, looks to Durham Smythe. He's not even close to out of his break, but he can tell that this linebacker's got it covered. He's not going to be open. And so what he does is he immediately pivots. You see that little pivot right there? Let me go back here. So he goes to Durham, and then he resets, and that's what that little hop is. It's not really a three-step drop, it's a hop. He resets to the middle of the field here, sees it's not there, and then as he's seeing that middle of the field, he can see that the safety is not in position where he needs to be for Tyreek Hill. So he knows he can flip those hips, reset, and just let that thing fly to Tyreek. And I'll show you what he was looking at over the middle right here. So you can really see the reads better from this angle. So boom, one-step drop. He's looking for Durham. It's not there. He resets, and he's looking for this waddle over right here. He's looking for this waddles coming over the field right there. But he knows with this middle linebacker sitting in that zone that's not going to be open unless he waits, a kind of a long time for him to really loop over. But like I said, as he's reading that middle of the field linebacker right here to see if he can hit Waddle on that over, he also sees the safety is not in position, and that allows him to reset one more time and let that thing fly. So just fantastic footwork here from Tua Tagovailoa, and just more usage on how he's using those drops to kind of get in certain positions. And we'll watch it one more time here. Reset, reset, fly. So that's actually, people say Tua is a one-read quarterback. No, I'm not going to assume what the reads are on this offense and everything like that, but you can certainly see him move through two progressions before he gets to Tyreek Hill. So kind of went to his third read there for all the one read quarterback people out there. So now we've got Waddle. This was a really nice throw, nice gain. Waddle's going to come over like this, find some empty space here in the middle, and you can see Tua with the three-step drop. Boom, hits him. Now this drop is unique, and I want to show you why it's unique. So the Panthers are showing blitz here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's actually a guy off screen over here that you can't see that ends up blitzing. And so you've got kind of 7 people right up here that are potential blitzers. And so Tua does take a three-step drop here, but watch as he speeds up this three-step drop. So he takes it 1, 2, 3, boom, and lets it fly. And so normally when we saw that first three-step drop, you saw it was kind of that steady, smooth 1, 2, 3. Watch him here as he takes those last 2 steps way quicker. 1, 2, 3, boom, and then just gets it out. And so he understands that this blitzer is coming unblocked, and he's got to get that ball out or he's taking a sack. And so he speeds up how quickly he gets through that drop in order to get to that back foot and let it fly to hit Waddle open. And he also realizes that there's not a ton of time up here. He's got to get this ball out before Waddle gets to those defenders, and it would become like a hospital ball or an incompletion. And so this is a play where people don't understand how good Tua Tagovailoa is, and people really not watching film don't think he's that elite, is because what they see on this throw is, oh, Tua hits Waddle wide open. Easy enough. His receivers always get open. What people don't realize is a lot of quarterbacks take a sack here. There's a free rusher. They're not getting through that drop that quick, and by the time they do, they're either getting hit or they're, trying to evade the rusher and make something happen, or they're throwing out of a sack. And most people aren't going to blame the quarterback there because you had a free rusher, unblocked corner blitz. Nobody's going to blame a quarterback for taking a sack there. But Tua, instead of taking that sack, speeds up his footwork, speeds up everything he does, and finds Waddle for a nice 20-ish yard gain. And so that's an area where people just don't realize the level that Tua Tagovailoa is playing at right now, because to them that just looks like an open throw. So we'll go to the last one here, and this one's more cool than anything. Um, Watch Tua's drop right here. Watch how he starts there and then he spins out of it. And then he finds Tyreek for a big, big gainer over here. Tyreek makes the man miss and then takes it all the way down here. Maybe have housed it if he didn't have pull up with cramps there. But this one is more cool to me than anything. So watch Tua as he starts. So he opens up this way and then he flips his drop as he's going back and lets it fly. I'm not always going to pretend like I know everything, but my guess on this, why he does it, is he's not going to sit here and hold out this fake because he knows he's got to get to this stuff quick. But he does want to at least pose the threat that this might be a handoff. He wants to at least pose the threat of that play action. And he doesn't do the hard fake where like he turns his back or anything. So he turns right there. And if you're the defense, like you can't technically see whether he's handing it off. Like you can see this linebacker still right here. This guy's still, right up here in the mix of it, waiting to see if he's getting handed off. And then as he breaks off, then this guy breaks out. This guy doesn't end up blitzing, but this guy breaks out and he flips over. If he starts like this right here, if he just drops back like that, then they know it's not a play action or they know it's not a run because he can't hand the ball off with his back turned to him. And he wants to get through it quick. So he's not going to just sit there and hold it and then flip. What he does is his footwork is so good. His upper half is so in sync with his lower half that he actually starts his drop opened up to the right. And then once the threat of the run is out, he seamlessly flips over to that left side drop, plants his foot, and fires it. So we talk about the accuracy, we talk about the anticipation, and we talk about the processing. I think those three things are the most important things that Tua Tagovailoa has been doing to succeed. But this is a really small detail, finite thing that can be the difference, as we've seen, in taking a sack or a 20-yard gain, or holding a linebacker to hit a throw over the middle because you're holding them on the run, or just so many things that these drops allow him to do. So wanted to highlight this because it's a small part of the game that I wanted to appreciate of Tua Tagovailoa, and just another reason that he is playing MVP football. I appreciate you all for staying this long in the video and watching the whole thing, and fins up.